333. RIPP. Don P. PhD. Yeah. I said, RIP TV. Tell a homie. Mob Deep Mondays, that's every day, thoughty. It's all for the community. That's what P showed me. We lost without the unity. Where the fuck is the OGs? RIPP. God bless the real. Only for the righteous. The rest will go to hell. Flipping through the book of Revelation, figure it out. Transliterate the translation, do it yourself. It's the last days, life is a test and we in a cage. Concrete jungle, everyday struggle. Fuck the pain, I'm on some HNIC shit. A Galleon 3 shit. If you don't know what I mean, you was never G. Real shit, RIP. Yo, P, play that beat back, 333. Burn some weed, repeat that. Shake me up a tuka pack, break me off a 20 piece. I'm gone, never looking back. Y'all can't talk to me. RIP TV, tell a homie. Mob Deep Mondays, that's every day, thoughty. It's all for the community. That's what P showed me. We lost without the unity. Where the fuck is the OGs? Like the weed, play some IMD for me. It's hell on earth for real, but y'all don't wanna see paper trail politics. All the shit was prophecy, strictly for the family. Peace to the prodigy. RIPP, I sleep when it's time for me. Dope dreams, bring the skizzy, pour the Hennessy. Searching for some inner peace, couple hundred G's. Deadly weapons and some weed just for you and me. RIPP, I sleep when it's time for me. Dope dreams, bring the skizzy, pour the Hennessy. Searching for some inner peace, couple hundred G's. Deadly weapons and some weed just for you and me.
Yo, what up, everybody? It's time for the Dour Hour, and I'm me. You're you. We're the 333, and as you can see, my co-host is knocked the fuck out over there. And you can see it in my face. I am fucking exhausted. I cannot tell you how many miles that I have walked in a foot and a half of snow in the last 2 days with this guy, including 2 or 3 today already, and I am I'm tired of shit, y'all, but I'm here. So, welcome to the Dour Hour, everybody, and what's good? What's everybody doing? Ain't much to do in New York. The snow is not fluffy and white anymore. It's disgusting and slushy now, so yeah. Man, I'm tired. So, what up, everybody? What up? Dank, you already know I'm rolling the fuck up right now, homie. D. Barry, as always. Kal-El. Yeah, I'm fucking tired, man. I have also not fully recovered from my stint inside the Fox's den. So, yeah, I saw in the Catskills, Nick Ash, what up, homie? I saw in the Catskills, up where Michael Brower is at right now, that they had like 3.5 feet of snow. We're almost up to 2 in New York and Brooklyn, and I've been here almost 2 full decades. There's never been this much snow. Not my 18 years here. I've never seen this much. It looks like Boston. I lived in Boston for 4 years while I went to college. The shit looks like Boston outside. Just fucking like, you know, like 2 feet of snow that's just there. And it's not going nowhere. And the cars are completely buried. And it's like, it's nuts, man. Nick Ash, what up, man? Yeah, I have finally emerged from the Fox's den, Nick Ash. So yeah, we'll get busy. I don't know how much juice I got in me right now. I'm fucking tired, man. We'll see what this Durban poison does for me. What the hell was I just about to say? Fuck, I don't know. I should just say what it comes to my mind instead of smoking blunts all the time. Oh, it's weird whenever your brain spins at such a high rate. Whenever you have days where it's kind of like taking a break. I feel stupid. I don't know how stupid people do this all the time. That's fucked up. Oh, what was I going to say? I had something to talk about. I don't remember. Oh, so I'm currently sourcing hoodies. What color, besides just fucking, I know black. Everybody wants black hoodies, but what colors are we looking for here? What colors of hoodies do you guys want? Because I think I found the company that I'm going to use. I like the cut of their hoodies. Yes, it's merchandise time, homie. Word. So yeah, I'll keep you guys. I keep you guys in the loop as I'm creating things. Like, I showed you guys the RIP socks. Like 8 months before I actually got them done. I had the design done and everything, and then. So I will keep you in the loop. I think it's more fun showing you guys the process and whatnot instead of just being like, yeah, I got hoodies now. So I've been searching for a company that I liked the cut of their hoodies, because the hoodies are hoodies. Like, this is just a normal hoodie. This company does slim fit hoodies. They do hockey hoodies, which are dope. The laces go. This part is laced with a shoestring. It's fucking fire. Yo, Deck, thank you, and thanks to our 333 community member Tian, because he sent me this hat and I didn't even fucking know he was doing it. It just showed up, and I told him after he asked me if the hat got here, I was just like, yo, dude, you had me so confused for like 30 hours. It just showed up. There was no return address on it. I didn't know who, no note, no nothing. Nobody said they were sending me anything. And it just popped up, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, man, homie sent me a hat, so I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody in the 333, especially anybody who takes time or effort out for anything that I'm doing. You guys don't understand how grateful and humbled I am that people even fuck with anything that I do. Especially musically. That shit blows my mind. If I play a beat that I made and people are like, yo, this is dope. Shit blows my mind. Even at this point in my career, I'm still like, really? So, yeah, anybody fucks with me, man, that shit is dope. So, I'm going on I got a new campaign. I need more stuff on my walls. And I can get vinyls and albums that I worked on and stuff like that all day. I got enough of those right now. What I want is, somebody told me the other day they were going to write me a letter saying how Hegelian changed their life. I want those. So, if that album changed your life in any way and you want to write me a handwritten letter saying that it did so, I literally am going to frame it and put it up on the walls, because that shit's fucking dope. So if anybody wants to do that, I would greatly appreciate it, and I will return the favor in some way. I'll find some way to make it up and return the favor. But that shit is so fucking cool to me, man. I would rather have something like that instead of a plaque or another album up on the wall. I've been there, done that. When somebody tells me that something that I did with the intention of doing things of this nature, that it worked and that it like helped them see something or woke them up or saved their life or whatever. Yeah, dude, Flea, do it, man. If you want to, do it. That shit is the dopest shit ever to me. It's the coolest fucking thing that I've ever, because somebody did it, and I have it. They sent me a letter, and I have it up on my wall, and it was like, I felt better doing that than any time I ever got something from a record label that I can hang on my wall. These shits are cool. But I like that stuff better, man. It's way more meaningful. Or fan art. I'm a huge fan of fan art. I got a whole section on this wall that you guys can't see. Actually, you can see one of them right there. Right there. I love fan art. So when people send me fan art, because the last spot we were living together in New Jersey, we had an entire hallway of just fan art. Yeah, Flea, man. You already know. Email me or DM me. And if you got any questions or if you want some referral links to where you can get some free crypto. Because right now, Coinbase is giving away like $30 in free crypto in their Learn and Earn program. So, if you guys want to jump on Coinbase, I will send you a referral link that will give you $10 free, and then yeah, man, no, it's like it takes, all I'm saying is if you can get your verification through, homie, today, they just sent me a thing, $30 in free crypto. There's like 5 different coins that they're giving away for free. Yeah, Flea, just DM me or Gmail me, and I got you. Kraza, just Gmail me. I got you. I'll hook you up with all the shit that I do, because you guys know I've been in the crypto game for about 2 years now, and most of the crypto that I have got and flipped, most of it was free. And that's the crazy part, is I got a bunch of it for free. And dude, there's a bunch of games that pay you in Bitcoin to play them. And if you're going to be on your phone playing games mindlessly, you might as well get paid for it. It's the same thing, Flea. It's Joe the Engineer, spelled the same. My Gmail, my Instagram, YouTube, all of it's exactly the same. I make it easy. But yeah, I will put you guys on, because the future is in blockchain technology, and that's the way it's going to be. So you might as well get in while you can. Correct, sir. So yeah, hit me up, man. I will help you out as much as I possibly can. So what else is going on? It is February. So that means we are into you can play poker. There's this one company that pays you straight in Bitcoin to play all of their games, and it's like, why not? I promise you, I have flipped free crypto into I wouldn't say an impressive portfolio, but it's it worked. So it's February. That means Beat Battle number 2 is officially on and popping. So if you want to participate in February's Beat Battle, then you already know the drill. Hit me up, and I will send you the loot pack, and then you got a couple weeks to get busy. So this month's pack is Havoc's NPC, and I've told the story before, but this is marketing right here, I guess. When Hav switched the machine, he just brought his NPC 2000 to Infamous Studios and just threw it on the table. He was like, yo, Joe, you can have this shit. And I was like, oh, word? So I immediately hooked a computer up to it and took all the files that were on it and made a copy and threw them in a folder. Well, that was a decade ago, and now we're going to have a beat contest with whatever was on that NPC, whatever Havoc gave it to me. The MIDI game, it's all different now, dude. It's just plug it in with a USB cord. Joe Lightning, what up? Welcome to the Dour Hour, Joe Lightning. This is just an open forum where we just smoke blunts and just talk about whatever the fuck you guys want to talk about, amongst the other, 7 shows that I do on my channel. Yeah. Speaking of blunts, I should be smoking more of this one and talking less. So, yeah, if you guys want to jump in on the beat battle, Gmail, Instagram is the best way to communicate with me. Of course we did, man. And tonight's Gray Matter Flea at 8 o'clock. So tonight is our Super Bowl preview. So definitely, if you guys are into football, join Carrie, myself, Nice, and our 333 NFL stalwart, Roger motherfucking Harper, for our Super Bowl preview and breakdown. Tonight at 8 o'clock. So, Flea, I think I'm going to do a watch-along on YouTube during the Super Bowl. Now, usually when I watch Tom Brady at the Super Bowl, I do it in absolute solitude, with my face 8 inches from the screen, like I'm on the field. But it's 2021, things are different. He's not a Patriot anymore, so I might do a watch-along. Now, me and P, the year that the Patriots beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl, me and P watched that one together, and I made food all day. TMI, I try to grab all the vinyls that I worked on. So if I worked on it, then I won it. So I'm not real big into collecting vinyls per se. My Technics turntable is literally looking at me. I have blunts on top of it instead of actually using it. Mazar, what up, man? Welcome to the Dour Hour. I am Joe the Engineer, and we're smoking blunts and hanging out, and this is my co-host, Judah the Husky, but he is knocked the fuck out right now. And he's knocked out if you watch any of my shows, because he doesn't stay in the room when there's blunts lit. He said, fuck that shit, I am out. So, I sent TMI, usually when I find vinyls, I will just reach out to everybody that makes beats who happens to be in the area and be like, yo, if y'all want some vinyls, come get them. So ask Mr. Dillinger. I gave him fucking 40 vinyls one day, and DJ Dog from New Jersey came all the way from Jersey and grabbed 50 of them. If I find, because it's New York, man, it will blow your mind how many times you'll be walking down the street and there'll just be a box or a milk crate full of vinyls literally on the sidewalk that just says free. So if that happens, I always grab all of them and then just be like, yo, producers, you guys who sample, who need vinyls, I got you. Come get them. They're yours. So I always try to perpetuate it, the energy and whatnot, because, like, fuck it. They're there. Somebody make beats with these shits. I know that would, I always look at it from the other person's point of view. So, like, if I made beats and then all of a sudden somebody that I followed hit me up and was just like, yo, man, there's mad vinyls, come get them. I'm going to come get them shits. That's fucking cool. Yeah, yo, TMI, you already know, man, Brooklyn, all these hipsters that live here, there are vinyls everywhere. Just everywhere. Yo, I once found a box of vinyls. Like, there had to be like 170 of them. There was so many fucking vinyls. Like, I couldn't even get them all in one trip. There was so many. It was like way too many. So, there was another time I was working in a studio in Jersey City, literally right on the water. And I went out for a smoke break because I couldn't smoke in that studio. And I'm standing outside in the parking lot, and I look over beside the dumpster, and there was literally like 300 vinyls just sitting there. Yo, it took me, I could only take like 30 at a time on the Jersey Transit. It took me forever. It took me a couple weeks to get all those vinyls out of there. And then I ended up just giving them to somebody because I don't sample when I make beats. And if I do have a sample, I got it from somebody else. So, yeah. I mean, I always try to dance on the right side of karma. If the theory of the multiverse is true and the butterfly effect, you have to view it from a different perspective. If the multiverse, if there is an infinite number of dimensions that are mirrors, but just a difference in each one, you would have to understand, they always say that the things that you do will ripple through time infinitely, right? So thinking of the multiverse train of thought, then anything that you do is going to affect you in any of the multiverses, and vice versa. Anything that's done in any of the other realities and whatnot will affect you. So if you think about deja vu, maybe possibly that's what deja vu is it's like Nebula in Endgame, when there were two Nebulas on the same timeline and they both shared the same consciousness. I don't know, Stan Lee and his 33rd degree masonry and whatnot. Vita, what up, yo? Yeah, Christopher, go check that out, man. Yo, Vita, so the next February's 333 beat battle is officially open. So if you want in, you already know the deal. Kraza, I know you just hit me with the Cash App, and I will send this to you whenever I get done with the Dour Hour. Yeah, it's funny. Ethereum just broke 1,500 today, hitting its all-time high. That's fun. Bizarre, man. This is the only thing I know how to do is just fight the good fight, dude. This is it. I'm in the front lines. There's no abandon in the trenches. Yeah, Vita, the last Thursday of the month. I give you guys time to go bang away and try to make some really fucking dope shit. So this one will be interesting because there's only one rule. Just use something from the pack. Because I don't want everybody to just use the same samples that are in there. So I hear the same sample flipped 40 different ways. But yeah, it's on. It is officially on. I will announce the winner of January's beat battle during Thursday's Beat Boutique. Screw Boots has got to get his vote in. I think I've pretty much figured out who I'm going to vote for. And your guys' vote counts too. So after the Dour Hour, I'm going to try to figure out how the fuck I'm going to make it so you guys can vote. I got to get a new video program, man. I got to be able to, yeah, all packs are $20, man. No matter what's in them. I got to figure out a better way. I got to get a new video editing program. So, 333 community, who edits videos and whatnot? What programs do you use? I got to get one because, Jerry Green, what up, homie? I got to get one because the one that I have, when I switch computers, new IP address, license doesn't work on this one. I can't transfer it over. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, that's what I was using. And I can't switch my license over anymore. I kind of want one that's easier than that. I'm not trying to be at a professional level making videos. I don't even put like intros and outros and shit on them or graphics and none of that shit. I just want to be able to be like, here's the fucking video, put it up. Most of the shit I do is live anyway. Yeah, Kraz, I'm going to have to check that out, man. Because I don't need like Pro Tools level or Photoshop level editing. It's not that serious. You know, I don't have enough time to be doing all that shit anyway and getting really dope at it. I just want to be able to publish videos again because I can't right now. So there's a lot of things I want to do that would be really weird for me to do a live stream version of it. I'm on Mac. So in order to circumvent that, I need to be able to just make some videos. So I don't know how many content creators or whatnot that do what I do. I know I'm the only one that's really doing what I'm doing, but most people like create videos and publish them. I fucking hit live stream and just go. So no editing. You are going to hear me fuck up a lot. You're going to hear me cough a lot because I do smoke a ton of blunts. I know, crazy as that seems. So, yeah, I got to get a new video editing program. So what else is going on? We'll figure that out. What the fuck else is going on, everybody? It's Tuesday. I don't know what that means. What's Tuesday mean in your world? Tuesday in my world means gray matter at 8 o'clock. So, no, I'm not on my second blunt yet. But if anybody wants to join the Dour Hour, there we go. Well, foresight is a form of wisdom, essentially. It's a thought pattern in which it's not essentially predicting the future, but you're more or less have the ability to eliminate all the non-possibilities and calculate the actual possibilities, and then your foresight becomes correct because you have mathematically eliminated all of the nonsense, essentially. That's how my brain works. I don't know how other people's works. I know one fallacy of being a human being is that you automatically assume that everyone else is just like you, or that their brain works like yours, or that they think or feel the way that you do. So that's the fallacy of being a human. we always tend to put ourselves in somebody else's scenario and think how we would react in that scenario, and then tend to be upset or perturbed whenever the reaction is not how we would react. Well, that's stupid, because that's a whole different human being and a whole different set of circumstances within that given time period and scenario. So you can never expect yourself in another human being. And I'd always tell people that the fallacy of humanity is expecting yourself in others. You're you, they're them. You know, expect them. And then that way you won't be disappointed. If you don't expect yourself in other humans, you definitely will not be disappointed. It goes along the same lines of you're not supposed to meet your heroes. They have always said that. And I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that one, because I've met a lot of my heroes, and some of them have wildly exceeded expectations. And then the other half are the reason that they tell you you're never supposed to meet your heroes, because they're a human being. What you know them as an entertainer or an athlete or a theologian or a politician or whatever the fuck, whoever your heroes are. You only know the character that is presented, the hero, the entertainer. You place them on this pedestal, like, that you've created, this narrative of who you think they really are, especially if you're a really big fan. And then when you meet them and they're not really like that, you're just wildly disappointed, just completely devastated. It's better not to meet them. It's cool to meet them in passing because they're going to be in character mode, but to actually know them, it's kind of better not to, because it destroys the narrative in your head. It's just like, oh, I don't really like them anymore. You know what's crazy is, like, me and P be walking in Manhattan, going somewhere, radio station, food, studio, wherever the fuck we're going, right? Movie theater, it didn't matter. And the Fox can attest to this. We'd be walking and say that the movie starts at like 9 and we're like got like 7 minutes to get there, and people would yell out after you've already passed them, yo, Mobb Deep, and they'd be like, yo, what up, son? And then keep it moving. They'd be like, yo, fuck you then. And it'd be like we're on the move, man. Like, we got somewhere to go. So in that moment right there, that fan is going to be like, oh yeah, man, I saw P and he wouldn't even stop and say what up to me. He just kept it moving. Like, yo, fuck him. And it's just like, well, man, we was late for a movie, man. Shut the fuck up. And you waited until we were already past you to yell. It's really weird. That shit used to happen all the time. Really weird. To have, like, fans and whatnot, and honestly, there's part of me that thinks rightfully so that they can demand something from you, because without fans and followers, then that character and that entity and that entire vehicle doesn't even exist. So you do owe it to them. But some fans take that shit way overboard. So this is when Pete put out Commissary. Was it Commissary Cookbook? Yeah, it was Commissary Cookbook. And he was having a panel discussion with some authors, some black authors. And he had talked about, like, the 3 books that he had put out in the last couple years. And then he took questions from the fans. And there was this one Spanish chick there. When she stood up, and it's like, you know, each person asked a question and then, like, politely sat down and then gave the mic to the little girl walking around, handing the microphone to people who had questions. And then P would answer. Well, this chick, I don't know if she had a question, because she never really got to it. But she stood up and then just started droning on and on about the impact on her personal life that P's music had and how long she's been listening to P and just all this stuff. And it's just like, this is more of a conversation that you would have off to the side after the thing, or you would write him a letter or send him a DM or something like that. But it was really, really awkward because everybody's just kind of like, and then she started crying and she's still holding the mic and she's like really crying. She's like, and then she would like say something else and she'd start crying again. And then like, eventually P was just like, oh, somebody want to get the mic off of her. Yo, her boyfriend got so fucking mad. Like, he stood up and started yelling. Like, yo, my girl's going to say what she needs to say. Like, we came and we waited and we sat here. She going to say what she got to say. And he got all defensive. And the security guards had to get involved. Had to escort these two idiots out of... This was a book author discussion. Like, there's a time and a place for everything. That wasn't the time nor the forum for what they did. So, yeah, man, he got real defensive too, man. It was like he wanted to fight everybody. Like, nah, man, you gonna let my girl talk? And it was just like, was somebody gonna go deal with this shit, yo? Like, what the fuck? We're here to talk about books. P wasn't the only author there. That's the funny thing. There was like 5 different authors there. He was just part of the panel. So for her to get up and start talking about, you know, the impact of P's music in her life and things of that nature in the middle of a panel discussion about being a black author and whatnot, it was really, really out of place and weird. But what to expect, you should have anticipated her boyfriend being the type who's going to get up and start yelling at the people that she's crying about. No, you won't let my girl talk. Yo, that shit was funny. That shit was so retarded. Don't judge me. There's 2 feet of snow outside. I can't get to the store and get a proper energy drink, and I am poisoning myself today, so get over it. You know, the wolf is awake. So yeah, nah, that was nuts. What else happened at that? There was something else also. So New Year's Eve. This is a funny story. All right, it's story time. Y'all ready for story time? It's Red Bull, man, and I should not be poisoning myself like that, but I'm telling you, there's 2 feet of fucking wet snow outside. I cannot walk the distance necessary for me to be healthy today. Look, even the co-host is pissed off at me drinking that nonsense. I can't do it, man. I walked like 6 miles in the last 2 days in the stuff. I can't do it anymore. So, it's story time. Y'all ready for story time? This is a funny ass story. Everybody loves story time with Uncle Joe. Man, T, it's just one day, man. Yo, I'm telling you, there's 2 feet of fucking snow. I only had to walk a half a block to go get that. In order for me to go get a Runa, I would literally have to walk 3 New York avenues, not blocks. Jerry Green knows what a New York avenue is. That shit is not a normal block. That's like 3, 4, or 5 blocks. So in order for me to get a proper energy drink so I could have the juice to do the Dour Hour, I would have to walk in 2 feet of wet snow, what is the equivalent of 10 blocks just to get there. And then another fucking 10 to get back. It would take me an hour. Shit is crazy. So I'm poisoning myself today. It's the things that I do for the 333. Oh, man. I mean, you know, everybody slips up, son. Like, I don't know about the whole smoking rocks thing. I don't know. I might already... It's 2 feet of snow, son. There's one thing you don't know about me, Tien. I smoke rocks. Yo, Dave Chappelle's the funniest human being ever. And, me, P, Tasia, Cash, and Lowell literally used to watch the Chappelle behind-the-scenes outtakes for weeks at a time. He said, I've been eating a ton of M&Ms lately, man. Yeah, shout out to our sponsor, Cushwick Farms. So, story time. So, New Year's Eve. Every New Year's Eve, Hav and P would get booked at some private party to perform. Like, always some, like, tech company or it's like some IP or something. Some kids who grew up listening to Mobb Deep who are now outrageously rich, right? They'd always book Mobb Deep. It was like years in a row this happened. And this one year, I can't remember who booked them, but this particular year, it was just Hav and P performing. And, damn, man, that was the last of my Durban Poison. I just ran out. That's kind of sad. That shit was really good. So anyway. You're going to love how I bring this one full circle. And if you guys know me, then you know that it always comes back to the full circle. Thanks to P for teaching me how to be an effective storyteller. So, New Year's Eve. So we go, and, we're there at like 11 or something, and they don't perform until after the ball drops and whatever. So, by the time that they go to perform their set, everybody is hammered, like wasted. It's New Year's Eve, man. We were partying. And, when the ball dropped at midnight, Hav's girl, doing, what a girlfriend, anybody in a relationship does at midnight, kissed him on his cheek. But she was wearing this bright ass, like, neon pink lipstick, yo. Mind you, everyone was hammered, wasted. So everyone was kind of a little bit too intoxicated to notice that Hav had this neon pink lip, like full. It looked like a sticker. It was so bright on his face. And they went and performed, so he performed their whole set with these neon pink lips on his face. So anyway, I forget which song it was. It might have been Shook Ones. They always close the set with Shook Ones, so it had to have been Survival of the Fittest because I don't think the set was over yet. It might have been Shook Ones. I don't fucking know. I was drunk too. And Hav got hyped. And he went to go stand up on this chair while he was performing. And the chair like slipped out under his feet. And he fell. And P just kept performing because the show must go on. And, the people all the way in the back and everything, nobody could see that. Only the people up front actually saw what happened. So, Hav just gets up, looks at P, and just like hands whoever the microphone and just kind of walked out. Just that he was done performing at that moment. I'm done. I'm good. Yes, it is. And so after that, P comes back to the table, and we're still partying and whatnot. Yo, Jerry Green, it was fucking hilarious. It was so funny. So we're back partying at the table, and all of a sudden, P's snake ass manager at the time comes over and is just like, yo, this girl wants to meet you. And he was like, yo, you should meet her. So this chick comes over to meet P. Now, anytime something like this happened, I went back into professional mode, laser focused. And I'm just like watching. Like, who is, we don't know this chick. Let's like, let me watch and pay attention to the minute details and telltale signs and let P just have fun. So I'm watching and observing how this individual is maneuvering and whatnot. And I guess they exchange contact info or whatnot, and P comes over and I instantly grabbed him. I'm just like, yo, listen, that one is fucking crazy, yo. Like, avoid that one. He's just like, oh, word? He's like, I'm a little bit twisted right now. I'm just like, yo, that one's fucking crazy. You could see it in her face. Absolutely insane. This chick was batshit crazy. You could see it. Not only that, she had a forehead. I can't even begin to tell you how big this chick's forehead was. So, oh my God, I wish my old phone would power on. So anyway, I was like, yo, P, avoid this one. She's fucking nuts. So, somehow, some way, I'm not real sure about how this happened. Now, mind you, this is New Year's Eve. Nah, see, Easy ID, she had like a 17 head then. It was monstrous. But that wasn't the point. You could see it in her eyes. She was fucking nuts. So, New Year's Eve, mind you. Valentine's Day comes around. I have no idea how in the world she found out what building we were living in Kew Gardens. But I'm the only one at the crib. There's nobody else there. And this is one of those, like, you know, luxury buildings where you got like the video shit for the front doors at your door so you can see who it is. It's Valentine's Day. This is 45 days later. And all of a sudden, I hear the doorbell ring. I'm just like, I got weed. I didn't call the weed man. Who the fuck is coming? I was literally at the crib by myself. Tasia wasn't there. P was out on the road somewhere. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? And I look on the video, and I swear to God, it was that fucking... It was Jerry Green, you already knew. It was that big four-headed bitch. And you could see she was just staring into the camera. You could see the psycho in her face. And I'm like, there is no fucking way that this is her. Like, no, how? How did she find us? So, yeah, she was a stalker, dude. It was nuts. So, oh no, it gets funnier. The story gets better. They always do. If I could find my old phone, or if I'll hit this girl that I used to have an entanglement with during that time period, because I know she still has the picture. I actually took a picture on my phone of the girl in the camera and sent it to P. I was just like, you are not going to believe this shit, dude. And he was just like, what the fuck? How the fuck did she... Why is she at the crib? I'm like, dude, it's Valentine's Day, yo. She brought you like chocolates and flowers, yo. She literally brought roses and a heart-shaped thing of chocolates to the crib. And I'm just like, yo, this bitch brought fucking chocolates, yo. She's really putting on a full court press right now. I was like, there's no way. Yo, and she sat there. She stood there for a solid, like, 10, 15 minutes. And I didn't want to, like, hit the intercom and tell her to get the fuck out of there, because then she would have known that somebody was home. And I was just hoping that nobody else walked into the building and let that psycho in. Because I didn't have the wolf back then. What the fuck was I going to do? She was clearly insane. So anyway, after kind of just standing there for like 10 minutes, she just puts the flowers in the chocolates and leans them up against the door. Now, these are glass doors in like a condo building, right? and just leans them up against the door. There's no note or anything on there, and she literally was not talking on the thing. She just kept ringing the doorbell because I wasn't answering. And we lived in the penthouse, so there's no way she could tell if anybody was actually there. She's all the way at the ground level, right? So she leans the fucking box of chocolates up against the fucking door and the flowers. And then she leaves. So I wait a solid like 20 minutes before I even attempt to go outside and go get them shits, because I'm like, yo, this one is truly psycho. So she's probably hiding in the bushes across the street waiting to see if anybody pops their head out. And I was like, I ain't the one. And I don't know if she really remembered me. I didn't interact with her. But if she was really stalking P, then she knew who I was, because she definitely saw me with him. So, it gets better. The stories always get better, people. So, I call P. And now, like, listen, it's rare that I would call him. I would always tell, I'm a texter, right? It's rare that I call somebody. It's like, all right, we actually need to speak about this. So I called, but he was just like, oh shit, you actually called me. What the fuck happened? I'm just like, yo, she left the chocolate and the flowers down against the door. And I was like, yo, what should I do? Yo, what do you want me to do? He's just like, yo, go get that shit. And I was just like, all right, word, I'm gonna go get it. So I went downstairs and I grab it and I come back upstairs. First of all, I threw away the flowers. Like, fuck that shit. She probably put, like, who knows what she put in there. You're not gonna believe this shit. Yo, she ate half of the fucking chocolates, yo. It was open. There were chocolates missing. Who the fuck does that shit? It wasn't even like they were expensive chocolates. These were clearly like Rite Aid chocolates. This was like, she had to spend like $8.99 on this shit. How you come to Prodigy's crib trying to court him in your psycho mind with Rite Aid chocolates and you eat half of them shits? Like, what in the fuck? Yo, I was dying. I was absolutely dying. I was like, there is no way she ate half of these shits. So, I'm like, yo, P, this psycho actually ate. She ate half of these shits, man. There's a bunch of chocolates missing. And he's just like, yo, throw them motherfuckers away, man. I was like, I would never eat any of these, because who knows what that psycho put in those chocolates. Maybe she wanted to, like, fool everybody and be like, oh, no, I had some. You can have some, too. I don't know. She was clearly insane. How you eat half the chocolates, yo? So, fast forward to the same authors panel where P had to have this girl who would not give up her microphone rights, and her boyfriend who was being increasingly defensive about her relinquishing these microphone rights. And Santana and myself are off to the what would be stage right. And we're kind of like in what would be this green room, I suppose, of this bookstore, like the office. And we're just sitting there, and we're kind of watching through the door. The door's open. And, you know, I'm just kind of observing like I do, not really paying attention to what's being said. And who the fuck walks into the authors panel? I could see the forehead from a mile away. I was like, oh, she's fucking back, yo. So I immediately went into action and walked right up to P and just like, yo, man, you know, the psycho was here. He's just like, word? I was like, yo, she just walked in. Like, a second she walked in, I could see her forehead. I was like, oh, hell no, she got to go. So, P's just like, yo, go tell security and get her the fuck out of here, yo. So I walk over to go get the security guard, and I told him the scenario because he was well aware of the four-headed, chocolate-eating psycho. And so he had to go over and stop her at the door and have this very lengthy discussion with her about how psycho she was acting and how it was like making everybody really fucking uncomfortable and shit, right? To the point where she was getting combative now. And then, now mind you, this security guard was about 6'3" or 6'4" and like 400 fucking pounds. And she's like this, the only thing big on her is her forehead. And she's like getting really pissed off. And the security literally had to be like, yo, I will fuck you up, man. Like, I will literally fuck you up and throw you out of here in front of everyone if I have to. Like, you need to fucking leave. So I think she finally left after that, and then we never really saw her again. But that is the tale of the other thing that happened at that book signing. You see how I brought that one all the way back to full circle? So I had to give you the full background on that psycho showing up at that book signing and why it was a big deal. Because that chick was absolutely nuts. Yo, how you eat some of the chocolates, man? I can't believe that shit. I was there. I'm the one who got the fucking chocolates off the fucking sidewalk. So, shout out to Natalie, the girl I was entangled with at the time period, because I sent her that picture too. I was like, yo, you are not going to believe what just happened. And, yo, every time that I didn't answer the phone or a text in the proper allotted time frame, she would instantly send me that picture and be like, yo, you're with this bitch, aren't you? Which was always funny. That was never not funny. And then she would always, like, every time, each picture, she would zoom in closer on her forehead, which was, like, absolute and pure comedy gold. So, yeah, shout out to Natalie. She's fucking awesome, man. She was awesome. Hilarious. Right up my sense of humor alley. Yo, science, it never failed. Every single time. Yo, tell this bitch to leave, and it would be that picture, and I'd be like, ah, fuck, this bitch is not here again. But yo, she was absolutely crazy. And this is, I guess this is some of the things that you have to deal with when you have, like, fans. I used to tell P, like, yo, some of your fans are absolutely nuts, man. Like, they're actually nuts. Yo, man, she was special. She was so special that when I write the book about all of this that went on, she's definitely made the book. How could I not? It's too funny. It was so funny. How do you eat the goddamn chocolates? Why didn't she pick half of the rose petals off? Like, let's go for broke here. Now, Jerry Green, man, if anybody knows about the roots, you already know, man, she definitely put something in those other chocolates. There was something, there was hair or other things injected into them to try to spiritually and metaphysically control P's love interest at the moment, I guess, is a judicious way to put that. Yo, what a fucking... Yeah, nah. It's called the roots. You know, they put... what they do is the open form. They put period blood in the food, and it's supposed to, like, make somebody fall in love with the person who consumed it. That's a voodoo thing or a Rasta thing. I can't remember. I'm too white to remember exactly where that came from, because when white people hear shit like that, they're like, what the fuck is that? But yeah, Jerry Green, come on, man, we're too smart for that shit. She didn't even try to conceal it, yo. She didn't even like rewrap the chocolates back up to make it look like it actually came from the store. She could have at least got some Godivas or something. How you went to Rite Aid and got the whatever heart was there? Yeah, that shit is real, man. They really do that nonsense. Really, really weird shit, man. I'll never forget that forehead. You know, my photographic memory. That's something you don't forget. And what I remember is the picture that I took of her on the security panel. Because I took the security panel too, so you could see that it was a security panel. I gotta find that picture. I know I have it somewhere. It would be hilarious if I could have pulled that up and showed you what I saw whenever the doorbell rang. I was just like, wait a minute, who is this? Like, ooh, who is this? What the fuck is going on here? Psychos, man. So, the whole premise of people of influence and wealth and celebrity, whatnot, putting fences and gates and walls around their homes and complexes, it makes sense for the people who are in the public sphere, the public eye on a high level, to do that, because you might have somebody showing up with half-eaten chocolates and roses at your front door, completely unannounced, on Valentine's Day. Like, yo, she was dressed normal too. She had on just like a hoodie with like a blue jacket. It wasn't she ain't come prepared for Valentine's Day. That was for fucking sure. So now that I think about what she was actually wearing, she definitely had something in them chocolates, yo. One chocolate was probably GHB or roofie or whatever. 100%. Absolutely nuts. So, yeah, that's the tale of the chocolate-eating, giant four-headed psycho. Quite a tale it was. I gotta talk to the fox. The next time I talk to you, I want to text her right now and ask her if she remembers that chick. Hold on one second, y'all. Here, let me play a song while I do this so that you're entertained instead of me looking at my phone. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Oh, well, I can play this for you because I actually just sent it to Cash today. So, Lost Souls is officially done. It needs to get mastered, and whenever he puts it out, you will hear it. But yeah, let me play it while I text her. I have to. It'd be too funny not to.
See, we take life for granted, nothing's promised, this I know. So I work hard and pray to God that He has mercy on my soul. Lost, soul, lost, soul, lost. Have mercy on my soul. Lost, soul, materials and make you sell your soul. There's some truth to the stories that the devil told. Hell's rewards are easy to obtain, but the blessings from the heavens seem to always bear pain, and I bear shame. So I won't dare call a good Lord's name, won't say it in vain. And my veins are stained from the rains and the floods of the liquors and the drugs, putting strains on the brain. Yeah, now you're thinking that you're happy with a pocket full of money and your clothes no longer tacky and your hair no longer nappy and your life no longer aggy. The chick that used to dish you now wanna get married, and you think you're savvy, so you went and bought a Chevy. The girls like the car, got mileage already. Nothing seems new and everything's old. Time out, find out where the hell is your soul lost. We take life for granted, nothing's promised, this I know. So I work hard and pray to God that He has mercy on my soul. Lost, soul, lost, soul, lost. Have mercy on my soul. Lost, soul, lost, soul, lost. We are all lost souls. I'ma tell you something you ain't know. You see the same shoes, got the same soul, share the same view, and got the same goal. And that's to lead a store and get a pair of toes. The world's nuts, I hope you get a pair that grows. For those that's making moves, you're appearing froze, so your appeal goes down the drain like a plane with some anchors on the engines and the wings. So now you're out robbing, it's the easiest of things, cause like a panhandler, you only want to change. No originality, got y'all all plain, idolizing pictures for the modern mind frame. Waldo's soul, lost in the crowd. Some of y'all know, and some will figure out what this is about, cause I've been lost, but now the kids found, and it's so astounding. See, we take life for granted, nothing's promised, this I know. So I work hard and pray to God that He has mercy on my soul. Lost, soul, lost, soul, lost. Have mercy on my soul. Lost, soul, lost, soul, lost. We are all lost souls.
Word. Yeah, thanks, man. That's all stupid fire. So that's one of the tracks that it's called Lost Souls. That's one of the tracks that whenever I got the beat, somebody had sent a pack of beats for P, and when I heard that, I was like, nope, I'm taking that one. Very rarely did I do that. I only did that twice that I can remember. But whenever I heard it, I was just like, I'm going to keep this one. This is more for Cash than P. But I never even played the beat for P. I just played the song after we recorded it. And he was just like, yo, this shit is fucking dope, but but then I was just like, I told him where the beat came from, and he was just like, I'm not even mad at you. He's like, Cash killed that one. The other one that happened to was Thinking That I'm Stupid. So let me play that one. You guys know that one already. Cash already put that out. But same scenario. When I heard this beat, I was grateful that P actually wasn't in the room when I hit play on this one, because the second I heard it, I was like, nope. Keeping this one. So, yeah, when I heard this, P was a little bit upset, though. I'm not going to front. He was just like, yo, man. He's like, that's supposed to be my beat, yo. But, when he heard what we did, he said, you guys got to put this shit out right now, though. This shit is fucking dope, but he wanted this one. I'm going to play it right now because why the fuck not? I got more blunt left and nothing else to do.
Thinking that I'm stupid. I know a scholarship ain't a boat full of students. Even Joe left school quick, all for the love of this music. You late for class, why you truant? Fall for them lies, I'ma stand for that true shit. They thinking that I'm stupid. I always felt cheated, beat down but not defeated. I was that rebound them street hounds never needed. I always felt like a leader, so I never followed. I had my taste of the nightlife, but I never swallowed. I often goggle, spitting truth into the face of liars. Inhale a pound of smoke and chase it down with liquid fire. Young Geppetto, show you how to work the strings. Never kill a messenger, that only alerts the kings. Could sit with Arthur and his knights at the round table. Cain wanted love from God, but he wasn't able. It's not that he couldn't, he just wasn't able. I ain't gotta feed your horse because we share a stable. Teach a man to fish and he could eat for life. Fish for that man, he'll only eat the knife. Fuck how the hand look, grab it if it could save your life. Once in a lifetime, things don't often happen twice. But they thinking that I'm stupid. I know a scholarship ain't a boat full of students. Even Joe left school quick, all for the love of the music. You late for class, why you truant? Fall for they lies, I'ma stand for that true shit. Sometimes they tend to bore me, even with a raw beat, they bugging. I'm something like an oven, but with more heat, advanced, enhancing all the formulas before me. I walk you through the ghetto where the blocks are ran by sore feet. Vultures, I bring a nigga closer than the floor seat. They read through your external and they burn you if your core's weak. I beat them to the punch, leaving broke jaws and swole cheeks. America, spell it with 3 K's and no sheets. Rolling ganja up, insomnia grants me no sleep. The night wanderer, deep ponderer, thoughts so steep. You niggas like froggies that's groggy, you got a slow week. And it's so weak. Yeah. But they thinking that I'm stupid. I know a scholarship ain't a boat full of students. Even Joe left school quick, all for the love of this music.
Yeah, that song's fucking incredible, man. That shit's incredible. Cash is outrageously gifted. Gifted. Not talented. It's a whole different level. Gifted. You can develop talent. Talent is execution through work, repetition, practice, and development. Being gifted at something means it was just there. It's just there already. These people put absolutely no effort into it whatsoever and create magic. So, yeah, shout out to Cash because he's fucking amazing. That, plus, I mean, I am a little bit biased because this is the type of music that I want to hear. So this is the type of music that I make with people when I work with them. As you can clearly see of the 2 songs that I just played you from Cash and Higalia that you've heard from P. This is the type of music that I make. I always say being a producer is the artist is an instrument for you. So when Alchemist picks up the Prodigy instrument, he makes an entirely different style of music. Same thing with Havoc, same thing with any other producer, same thing with me. Whenever I pick up the instrument, this is what comes out. I'm not mad at it though. This is the type of shit I like to hear, so it's the type of stuff that I make. It only makes sense. Why in the world would I make music that I don't even want to hear myself? I'm not in it for that. Now, I have made music that I don't want to hear myself. Let's not get it twisted now. I have made some absolute garbage fires. And I definitely didn't want to hear that shit. Yo, so I got another funny P story. So I am notoriously brutal in the recording process. Like, just savage as could be. With intent, though. I do it because I am trying to push the artist to the to the limit so their performance is the best it could possibly be, because that's the one that is going out to the world. That take, I have to push them to the limit. So I am brutal. There were times when I would make an artist do 6, 7, 8 more takes of a verse, and I knew I wasn't keeping any of them. Just like, there was a method to my madness, though, right? And this one time, now mind you, me and P had been as close as you can be for years and years at this point, so he knew my personality, and I was in one of those moods at that particular time, and he did this one song, and I wasn't feeling it, yo. It was not any good. It was not a good idea. The beat wasn't any good. There was no way to salvage it. It was just nothing positive coming out of this one. So when P laid down the first verse just to see how it sounded, and he came out, and he asked me, he's just like, yo, what do you think? I said, yo, here's what I think about this one. You're going to take this record right here, and you're never going to play this thing for another fucking human being again. And he was just like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I was just like, sorry, I might have took it a bit far this time, but yeah, man, this one is not it, yo. It was really funny, and if you know me as a human, like for real, I said it because it was funny, and it was also effective. Like, if I would have said that to Nice, he would have just started laughing, because Nice knows me. Nice gets it. Me and Nice had the same sense of humor, like, identical, so... Cash, he would have got it, but I had never said anything quite that level to P before. I had to let him know, man, that wasn't the one, yo. Don't play that ever again. Don't play it for yourself. Don't play it for nobody else. Forget that this thing even happened. I mean, I probably could have chose better words. My method of delivery could have been a little more polished. I mean, yeah, man, come on. I gotta be me in that scenario. I gotta let him know, like, nah, son. Yo, so I'll give you a funny story about overstepping my boundaries in the studio. I've told this story before. While I finish this blunt. So Maserati Fox, R.I.P. Mozzie, was in the studio. Now, Mozzie had been in Infamous Studios for like 3 fucking months on a daily basis for hours on end. And him and I had formed pretty good relationship at this point, and I will tell you that there were 2 different Maserati Foxes. There was the Fox, and then there was Mozzie. If you got to know Mozzie as a human, he was actually a pretty good fucking dude, but that was very small. That was a very, very, very small circle. Peace say the same thing, like, oh, you actually knew him then, because he actually was a good dude if you got past the Fox. Right? So, Mozzie's in the lab, and for some reason, he's about, instead of being, if you want to be at a proper biking distance when you record, take your fist and just put it in between your face and the mic in a comfortable spot, and then just stay right there. That's it. And dynamically control yourself. Mozzie didn't know nothing about this, so even if I tried to explain it. So, for some reason, Mozzie is about this far away from the microphone. Easily this far. A good social distance. Right? And instead of him being locked in with the microphone so that he gets a good recording, he's going like this. So his voice is going like this the entire time. And I'm just like, yo, what in the fuck is Mozzie trying to accomplish right now? And during this particular session, he decided to wear all of his chains. There's like 5 of them on, and they're just like clanging together. And you could actually hear his chains hitting each other louder than him rapping. So I knew I had to step up and say something for the sake of my professional integrity. So I hit the talk back button. I say, yo, Bozzy, this sounds like shit. Definitely not the right words in that scenario. He flipped the fuck out. Yo, Jerry Green, he takes the headphones off and throws them up against the window like he's throwing them at me. And they hit the bike booth window. And he comes out around, and he comes into the control room. And it's a big control room, but there's only one door in and out. And he's standing right in the door, making sure nobody is getting out. And he just starts stalking back and forth like a fucking hyena. And he's yelling at me the entire time. He should have been yelling at the mic instead of at me, because you couldn't hear him for shit. So he's just like, yo, are you fucking stupid? Are you crazy? He's like, this isn't Quad Studios, this is Queens. I'm like, oh shit, it's about to get real with here. Now, Jerry Green, Mozzie never went anywhere by himself. You know the dumbouts were with him. There's about 6 dumbouts in the room, and at least 3 of them only have one hand visible at the moment, and I know what that means. Uh-oh. And it's just me. I'm the only white guy, but it's also just me and Infamous, and Nice was there. So thank God Nice was there, because he's trying to calm Mozzie down, and everyone knows Nice, so they were just like, and he's just like, yo, Mozzie, you gotta chill. He's like, no, yo, fuck that shit, Nice. He's just like, who the fuck you think he is? He's like, I've been on the stage with the big homie. I've been on the stage with Fifth. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm just like, I don't know what any of this has to do with the quality of his vocal recordings today. But I didn't say any of this because I'm not that stupid. And I kind of went through the math real quick in my head, and there was only one way out of this scenario for me. And sometimes you just got to have the raw data to prove your point, and I did. So I'm waiting for Nice to kind of calm him down, and Mozzie like takes a breath, and I hit play. And I let him hear what it sounded like. And then I didn't even look at him, though. I'm not stupid. I wasn't arrogant about it. I was just playing the only hand that I had to get out of this one. And you could see his demeanor change instantaneously. And he's sitting there and he looks at the speakers and he's like, tilts his head sideways. And he looks over at me, and then he just walks over. And now at this point, it's highly likely that I probably am going to at least get open hand slapped. Like I might have diminished my punishment for my actions that I had taken earlier. But I'm prepared for it. I played football in college. I can handle it. And you know what? I kind of deserved it, because why the fuck would you go up to the hyena exhibit at the zoo and like spit in the hyena's face and expect it not to like lash out at you, right? So knowing this, I'm just like, I think I at least got it down to that. I don't think he's going to like try to choke me or anything, and I think I'm at least walking out of this place right now. And he comes over and he goes, yo, Jojo, because he always called me that for some reason. Jojo, you fucking with veterans. He always said that shit. So he's like, yo, Jojo, I'd like to apologize. And then he goes, you were right. And he shook my hand. And then he went back in the booth and we finished the fucking song. I didn't tell him to take off his chains. I didn't want to try to exhibit any control whatsoever. But he stopped moving from side to side and he got a little bit closer to the mic. The tone of the session that day definitely switched from there on. But the moral of the story is that from that day forward, I was fully in Mozzie's circle of trust. and he called me JoJo the boss every time he saw me. Like, I knew from that moment forward, as long as I didn't do anything stupid, that I was good amongst him and the dumbouts. It was really, really, really weird. Really weird. Very odd situation that I found myself in. But you gotta get your Tom Brady on. It's fourth quarter. You're down by 2. There's a minute 30 left. 74 yards away. You gotta make the play, right? So I did not panic, and I remained calm, and I thought of all the things that I could possibly say, and there's nothing that I could say to alleviate the scenario that I had just created. So instead, I shifted to what else could I do? Well, if I hit play and he hears it, then I might be able to save myself. So, R.I.P. Maserati Fox. Yo, so Jerry Green, you want to hear a funny side note on that story as I finish this blunt and the Dour Hour is wrapping up? I went a little bit beyond 4:33, but it's all good. So, sometime after the initiation session, we'll label it as, and now I'm like fully protected by the dumbouts. Mozzie comes to the studio. It was literally days later. Now at that time, we were full living the studio life mode. We didn't care about anything. You could ask Dice. I'll have him on. We'll talk about it. Nothing mattered. We were just making music all day long at all times, just nonstop, waiting for P to get out. And Mozzie comes to Infamous, and he's just like, something ain't right, JoJo. Something ain't right here. I'm just like, what in the fuck is he talking about? He brought it looked like Santa Claus, like the hood Santa Claus. He brought in like 2 giant laundry bags, like New York laundromat laundry bags full of shoes. He's just like, nah, I gotta lace you. JoJo. And I'm just like, what the fuck is really happening right now? What is he trying to get out of this? Because I'm smart enough to know that with somebody like Mozzie, nothing comes free. So what the fuck is this for? I'm like, what do you want, And he's just like, no. Something ain't right here, man. Something ain't right. I gotta make it right. And here's the funny thing. All of them were used, man. I guess he had taken them out of his own closet, which as an adult, I can look at it and say, like, man, he kind of like took the shoes off his feet for me, but that's really fucking weird, Mad shoes, man. Mad Jordans. Dude, there were so many random Air Force Ones. Like, 2 giant. There was like 80. There was over 80 pair of shoes. I know, because we counted them. There were Maury's in there, Jerry Green. He had given me Maury's. It was ridiculous. I was like, what? I'm not going to wear a pair of Maury's. What the fuck is going on here? I dress like a skater, man. I wear hoodies and like whatever, man. It was so ridiculous. You can't buy me with 80, we'll call it 84. You can't buy me with 84 pair of used shoes. I know that much. My soul ain't that cheap, man. Oh, my God. R.I.P. Maserati Fox. R.I.P. this blunt. R.I.P. P. This has been the Dour Hour. This has been the most random second half of Dour Hour ever. I hope you enjoyed story time with Uncle Joe, because that was fucking hilarious. And these things really happened. I wouldn't make this shit up. Why would I? The truth is way funnier. I always say that. It's way funnier. So, Flea, I know you'll be tuning in. All you other football heads, I will see you guys at 8 o'clock for Gray Matter. Until then, stay safe out there, and don't eat the chocolates.